Good day buddies, and to everyone who'll get reached by this video. Either you're an ant keeper like me, who's always looking for the best way to house your pet ants. Or someone just looking for a new hobby, to spend some free time. You're in the right place as we're doing an easy, yet escape-proof ant farms, with great visibility for observing every growth of your ant colony. Before we start, please allow me to give special thanks to the most awesome guys on our channel. Jeffrey Miles, Sean, M Pro Gamer, The Hunter Chick, Stefan, Fudge, Sumi Riao, and the latest edition, Ant Nation. Thank you so much for supporting our future project, which is the Members Terrarium, and for making every episodes possible. Let me also say welcome back buddies. And for those new to the channel, you're also welcome to D-Colony. For today's build, we will be using this thin acrylic containers, which I believe mostly use as case for collectible cards. Here's the dimension for each of the case in millimeters. I could only provide one link of the product for now on the description buddies, as the seller isn't responding for my inquiry of their international link. Anyway, we'll be making the larger one as a super thin vertical ant nest. The other case as a flat nest. And let's work with the vertical one first. We drilled a 4mm hole on this corner for the way of nest hydration. Insert a straw on it. Then proceeds on making the nest chambers. I've drawn a guide on this piece of paper, so we can easily adjust the spacing of each chambers. We'll just place it under the acrylic case, and start making the chambers manually using moist sand. I don't intend to follow every curve drawn on the guide, as they're simply there for a simple draft. What we need to do is to make the sand a bit higher than the corners of the container. Then we place the cover to flatten the sand a bit, or to simply level it based on the space available in between. Open it again. Then we continue constructing the sand chambers. You can drop some water if you're having a hard time molding the sand. But don't put too much, or else it'll get easily mixed up with the concrete later. That might erase most of the chambers you made. Then again, just put back the cover to level the sand. And we leveled and complete every chambers in several minutes. Open it again and simply fix the sides as the sand chamber has been compressed a bit. We can now easily apply a concrete mixture on the remaining free space. I'm using sanded tile grout buddies, but you can also use plaster, cement, or gypsum, if tile grout isn't available for you. I made the mixture with less water, to make it thick like this, which is the best state to use in manual applications, like what we're doing here. We can use a stick to eliminate large air pockets, especially on corners like this. Make sure to clean the grout on the rim, or else the case cover won't settle in nicely later. Make the grout level a bit higher than the sand, so it'll get pressed a bit when we put the cover back. flip it over. Vibrate each corner a bit by tapping, to blend and eliminate hidden air pockets. Then just let it dry, for at least 48 hours. We'll work on the flat nest next, by just repeating the same process on making the chamber. And here are the two nests we've made after 2 days. What we'll do next here is carve out the edges a bit since the grout spread a little after putting the cover back. Like on this corner buddies, as we got one big chamber here, so this space will get carved out. While on the vertical nest, we're lacking a bit here. But anyway, we can open it now, and clear the sand out of the nest. Too bad we got cracked a bit on this corner, but that's fine since the nest is surrounded by glass. So no problem at security at all. Anyway, this nest will be see-through like this build on the past, having back-to-back glass on each side. Just be careful on removing the sand buddies, as you might scratch the glass at the back. A safer way, or option in removing the sand is to flush it with water. Much faster, in clearing too. After that, we just need to do a bit of the carving to clear this parts, or the grout that spreads after getting pressed by the cover earlier. It's so easy carving them out buddies, as they're so thin. And we're done here. Let's open the other one. This is a bit tighter than the first, we'll need a bit of help from this guy I guessed. The last corner got chipped out too. Anyway, we'll just do the same thing here, clearing wise. But unlike the vertical nest, or the first one, we're setting a flooring here. So, there will be something to hold this guy, since it's not attached to any of the corners. We're using the same mixture for the flooring. And as always we're going to top it with sand for texture. Put the cover back. And mark the spots where to drill the holes for hydration and nest entrance. And let the flooring dry for another day. Since the nests are so thin buddies, our only option for the entrance to drill is on the cover. We also set a 30 ppi sponge on the hydration chamber, so most of the moisture will be held on one place. We also installed acrylic pipes on the entrance, so connecting tubes to the nest will be much easier and safer. The cover fits tightly, ensuring there's no space for ants to pass through. And to make it a real vertical nest, we're attaching this piece of acrylic sheet using acrylic cement, to make the nest stand on its own. attaching just half of the base buddies, so we can still open the cover when we need to. Same thing in both of the nest. You may notice we didn't put any ventilation on them, as we designed them for high humidity loving ant species. We will be moving our dolly colony here on the flat nest, the one we featured previously in a short vid who destroyed their bioactive setup. It'll be challenging to move them to a non-substrate ant farm now, but we'll be doing our best in that matter. For the vertical nest, we will be testing its safety to one of the most notorious escape artists of the ant-keeping world. So let's see how it performs in housing a fire ant colony, as it's time to continue our experimental ant colony adventures. Stay tuned buddies, as this mini ant farms will be on duty soon. Just let me know what do you think in the comments buddies. If you have a bit of time, liking and sharing our videos would really help us on creating more of this type of contents. I just hope you have learned something from this video guys. Be a genie for the first time, by granting my wish in tapping the like and share button, that would help a lot. This is D Colony, saying goodbye for now, but hoping to see you on my next videos.